Here's my question for you. Would you fly on an airplane that passed voluntary safety inspections, where the airline could choose whether to test the engines? Would you trust a nuclear plant that decided for itself whether to run security drills? Then why are we comfortable with AI systems in hospitals, financial institutions, hiring decisions, law enforcement, and defense operations that face no mandatory AI governance, compliance, or security testing before deployment? No mandatory security reviews, no required documentation, no audit trail, no legal accountability. AI security is optional, and that's not an exaggeration. That's the current state of American AI regulation. I'm Bobby, and this is Security of AI. Let me show you how bad this actually is. This is not the first time America has faced this exact problem. In the late 90s and early 2000s, federal cybersecurity was a mess. Every agency made up its own security rules. Budgets were inconsistent. Oversight was weak. And way too often, security was treated as a suggestion instead of a requirement. Then in 2002, Congress passed a law that sounds boring but changed everything. The Federal Information Security Management Act, FISMA. Think of it as the rule book that forces every federal agency to take cybersecurity seriously, with budgets, audits, and people who can actually get fired if they screw up. FISMA required agencies to develop security programs, created real oversight, tied security to mandatory reporting, and brought NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, into the federal security process as the technical authority. Was it perfect? No. But it fundamentally changed the culture. Cybersecurity stopped being a nice-to-have technical preference and became a legal obligation backed by consequences. And here's the lesson that matters today. When technology protects critical systems, voluntary security doesn't cut it. Eventually, you need laws. Let me be clear about something important. The NIST AI Risk Management Framework is valuable. It gives organizations a serious way to think about trustworthy AI across 4 key functions: govern, map, measure, and manage. It helps identify AI risks, improve transparency, address bias, strengthen security, and manage the full AI lifecycle. The framework defines the characteristics of trustworthy AI: safety, security, resilience, transparency, accountability, fairness, and privacy. Every single one of those matters. But here's the problem. A framework is not a statute. Guidance is not enforcement. A recommendation is not accountability. The United States has excellent technical guidance for AI risk, but it does not yet have a strong legal foundation for AI security, which means organizations can choose how far they want to go. They can adopt serious security controls, or they can do the bare minimum, or they can wait until something catastrophic happens. And history tells us that when security competes with cost, speed, market pressure, and quarterly earnings, voluntary security usually loses. And here's where the problem gets even more serious. Executive orders can create momentum. They can direct agencies, signal priorities, and move policy forward. But they are not the same as durable law. One administration can build an entire AI governance structure through executive action. The next administration can change it, weaken it, or eliminate it with a signature. But AI security threats don't pause for elections. Prompt injection doesn't care which party controls the White House. Data poisoning doesn't wait for congressional gridlock to resolve. Foreign adversaries don't stop exploiting AI vulnerabilities because a policy memo changed. Critical technology needs stability. And in the American system, stability comes from statutes, not executive memos. This is why I believe AI is approaching its FISMA moment. In the early 2000s, America recognized that federal information security could not remain fragmented, discretionary, and dependent on individual agency priorities. So cybersecurity became a mandatory government function with legal teeth. Now, artificial intelligence is reaching the same inflection point. AI is already moving into autonomous weapons systems, hospital diagnostic tools, financial trading algorithms, law enforcement predictive analytics, corporate hiring platforms, critical infrastructure management, and classified national security operations. The risk is no longer theoretical. The question is not whether AI security will eventually be regulated. The question is whether we'll do it proactively, before a catastrophic failure forces Congress to react in crisis mode. The United States already learned this lesson once. Voluntary security doesn't reliably protect critical systems. Budgets don't follow aspirations. Accountability doesn't emerge from good intentions. Security doesn't become mandatory just because a framework exists. The NIST AI Risk Management Framework is valuable, genuinely valuable. But AI security needs more than a map. It needs requirements, oversight, mandatory testing, verifiable documentation, and legal consequences for negligence. Because when AI systems fail, the damage might not look like a traditional cyber breach with stolen credit cards and leaked passwords. It might look like a corrupted decision, a manipulated recommendation, a poisoned model, a compromised weapons system, a denied medical benefit, a wrongful arrest, or a national security failure hiding inside an algorithm that no one fully understands. That's why the future of AI security cannot be built on voluntary compliance and corporate promises. We need statutes, not suggestions. I'm Bobby, and this is Security of AI. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment below.